ASB Bank, your future bank, is proud to present the One Network News Update.
Good evening. Stay away from the summit of Mount Ruapehu. That's the advice of the Department of Conservation tonight. Reporter Simon Shepherd joins us now live from Ruapehu.
It's true that Ruapehu is unpredictable, and once again it's proved that tonight. There have been reports of boulders, red boulders, coming out of the crater. With the naked eye from Whakapapa, you can see some sort of fireworks display. And there is some unconfirmed reports from the Oakuni side that there is a red liquid coming down, but that's not confirmed, and we don't know what that is. But the mountain is very noisy. I'll just go quiet for a moment to see if you can hear what's going on. That sort of rumbling, if you heard it, is what's been going on for the last half hour. So DOC's exclusion zone is warranted, and not only is that warranted, but also the places around here are almost deserted.
And we do apologise to viewers of Thomas the Tank Engine this afternoon. Your programme will be shown at a later date, so we can bring you extended live coverage of the Mount Ruapehu eruption.
This is Nightline with Leanne Malcolm.
Kia ora, good evening. It looks like hell, and they're hearing it across the North Island. Mount Ruapehu has begun a major eruption in the past hour. A fiery red glow can be seen coming from the summit, and it's even clear to those in Waiouru. The constant rumble can be heard right around the area. Just moments ago, I spoke to TV3 cameraman Paul Hurd, who's watching it all from the chateau on Ruapehu's slopes.
It was just last week that the alert level was lowered from 2 down to 1. That's the lowest level. And Ruapehu has responded angrily with its biggest blow since the eruptions of last year.
This is Karen Pickersgill for Nightline.
And we'll keep you posted, of course, through the program.
OK, indeed. Dr Bruce Houghton, thank you very much. And Susan, we'll be back to you later in the program and we'll give you an update.
And Simon, don't forget to get the grit off the teeth, will you?
No, I won't.
Thank you. And our Ruapehu coverage continues. Kate Hawkesby reports from Taupo on a community coping with the fallout.
Could you hear it erupting last night in your bed?
A bit.
What did it sound like?
Like that, with the rock coming down like that.
And Kate joins us now from Taupo. Kate, hello. It looks awful, the ash. Is it as bad as I imagine it to be?
Well, it was pretty eerie this morning. Taupo awoke to it was just drenched in thick fog, and above it a long black sheet of ash cloud. But it didn't seem to come down in huge clumps. It scatters very, very finely. Like Simon said, it does get in your teeth and in your mouth. You feel it rather than see it.
Mount Ruapehu is back and the force is still with her. The ash falls have been heavy, stretching far downwind.
Whatever it takes to get the real picture. 3 National News.
The volcanic activity has closed local roads and airstrips, and the aviation authorities have declared a danger zone. It's the second time in a year that the mountain has erupted, shutting down ski resorts and disrupting air traffic.
Mount Ruapehu rumbles after a summer of slumber. A series of spectacular eruptions this morning tossed ash and steam high into the air over the central North Island. In your news hour tonight, we track the eruptions, their cause, and the fallout for communities. Ruapehu's return to life couldn't have come at a worse time for communities that live off the mountain.
Last September's eruptions ruined the end of the ski season, and the new season's due to start at the weekend.
But tonight the fields lay abandoned. All roads to the mountains are closed. We have team coverage starting with Simon Mersip and Ruapehu's violent awakening.
These pictures on TVNZ's internet link gave the rest of the world a view of Ruapehu in full cry today. But tonight, the mountain community might have little time to worry about sightseeing. They'll be watching the wind direction to see where all the ash will end up. Simon Mersep, One Network News.
Well, One Network News reporter Simon Shepherd is at the mountain and he joins us live now. Simon, what's the latest?
Well, the mountain's been puffing away fairly steadily all afternoon, black ash being spewed forth. The wind has moved a bit more southerly, so the ash path has changed a little bit.
Now we're heading south towards the mountain. We're just above the Waikato River now, and we're flying at around 9,000 feet. That's very high for a helicopter, but nowhere near as high as that plume of ash and smoke. It's at 40,000 feet above sea level. It's also clearly separated off into two different layers, that top layer at 40,000 feet and a much lower layer, and you can see that's formed a kind of a haze of dust and ash, which you can see from the air is slowly settling on towns in the southern Waikato and across the Bay of Plenty.
There's a cloud of uncertainty amongst locals here. At just the start of the ski season, it's a crucial time for local businesses, many hoping to recoup losses from last year's ski season. Some say they've received a fax from the local council, warning them to keep positive about the latest eruption, especially to the media.
Well, Kate, you're in Taupo tonight. What's the general feeling among people there?
Well, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of apprehension. People here were hit hard last year, and they certainly don't want to have to face that again or to be looking down the barrel of another bad ski season.
And now we just have to work on the dads.
True.
That's our program this Monday. Thanks for joining us.
I'll be back with Ali at 10 to 10 when Tonight has the latest on the Ruapehu eruption, but Susan Wood's next with Homes.
Good night.
Good night.
Tonight, Ruapehu on red alert. We cross live to the mountain for the latest. Also tonight, remembering the velvet voice of the late jazz sensation Ella Fitzgerald. Good evening. Ruapehu roared back to life today. No sooner had the ski businesses put out the flags for the start of the season than the mountain again displayed its devastating power.
Scientists in New Zealand believe that Mount Ruapehu is close to the point of exploding.
The Maori's been a bit of a problem on the other side of the Atlantic too.
Scientists say Mount Ruapehu could go up at any time, and when it does, it could be the biggest eruption in 50 years. Already the mountain is coughing up rocks as big as cars and shooting ash 12 miles into the sky. No wide-scale evacuations yet, but civil defense officials have shut down a railway
and putting the cloud a whole 12 miles above the mountain might have been playing slightly fast and loose with the truth. Neither has a railway shut down. Still, the pics were good. Over at CBS, they used our moody mountain to ease the way into commercials.
Volcano has been erupting every few minutes, spewing ash, steam, and molten lava.
No molten lava, actually, but never mind. And as for the Japanese... Goodness knows what they've been saying.